Whew. It's 50 this morning. I'm a little bit deep, stressed out. What does that mean? I'm a rep. Look at all that we accomplished. I want to know what it's like to be happy. I want to know what it's like to wake up in the morning and feel like I want to know what it's like to wake up. I think that's a cop. Pay attention when you pray to God. He said, well, I should have paid more. Temperatures. Oh, it's spring. Beginning of spring. What you doing here? Why you even showing up? Showing up for trying to show me love. Why you look confused like you don't really know what's up? Why you always trying to judge? I know who you are. Why you trying to front? I am not the man I was. Look, made me a promise. I just hope you keep it. I don't like to get
forgot about the fact that they're, going to start filming soon, I think. Black Adam. And I'm really curious to see how that movie's going to be, since, The Rock's going to be playing Black Adam. And The Rock, has he ever been a bad guy in something? I mean, depending on your point of view, he could have been the bad guy at the beginning, some of the Fast and the Furious movies when he was trying to catch, everybody. But he was technically a good guy, but like I said, depending on your point of view, he was a bad guy. But he's always a good guy. Huh. So that'd be kind of interesting. But I'm sure he's going to do a really good job, because you can tell by the way he's talking about it. He's been talking about it for years. And he really wants to do the Black Adam movie. You can tell that he wants to do it, and he's excited to do it. So, that's always good when your actors, when they're really excited about something, they usually, they might put a little more effort in it, So, you're like, oh, I gotta go to my job. Okay, well, if you happen to be really excited about your job that particular day or something, you're gonna, try that much harder, things like that. Like a comic book character, though, it helps too if you know a little bit about the background. So you're kind of like, oh, okay, this, and this. So I'm just curious, excited to see how Dwayne Johnson does as Black Adam. I don't really care to call him Dwayne Johnson. My kids call him Dwayne Johnson, but to me, because I'm in my 30s, he's still The Rock. Because I don't know, but can you smell what The Rock is cooking? That's why he's The Rock to me, because that's who he was when I was growing up. And I think it's funny, when he first got into acting, his name would be listed as, I think at first it was just The Rock. It was like, oh, and introducing The Rock. And then, like a couple movies into it, it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And then a couple movies later, it was just Dwayne Johnson. I like how they did that transition there from The Rock to Dwayne Johnson. It was like, oh, it's The Rock, The Rock, The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Dwayne The Rock Johnson to Dwayne Johnson. It's like, I see what you did there. I see. Time you say, I'm not talking about him, he's The Rock to me, I gotta actually sit and think for a split second, like, oh, what's his name? Oh, Dwayne Johnson. Sometimes I want to call him Dwayne Wade, but he's a little bigger than Dwayne Wade. So there's actually going to be 2 movies with Black Adam in it, if things still go well, because I know they're going to basically they were going to put Black Adam in a movie with Shazam, but Dwayne Johnson was like, man, there's just so much, not history, but there's so much backstory and everything to Black Adam. They just didn't want to throw him in there, so they're going to make, Black Adam his own movie. And I think then they're going to blend them. Then they're going to, make Shazam and Black Adam meet each other. But until then, I'm guessing that Dr. Sivana is going to be in the next Shazam movie, I would be guessing. And then, man, I forget that dang caterpillar's name. When are we going to see the tiger? Man, they like hinted towards it the whole freaking time. Or could it be somebody he already knows? Like in Actually, I think in the movie Black Adam versus Shazam, or Shazam versus Black Adam, I believe that homeless, the guy who was homeless was that guy. I'm curious, who would it be? Could be Victor, or maybe it's his foster dad, or it could be somebody we haven't met yet. I don't know. I like what they did with Shazam and stuff. They made it a funnier, because I don't know what DC stands for out of DC Comics. Maybe it's Dark Comics or something, because that's to me one of the bigger differences, at least in the movies and stuff. Well, really, all the movies and the cartoons, everything like that. DC is always darker, except for Shazam, but it's always darker. And Marvel is always, lighter. And that could be why some people stray away or don't like DC as much as Marvel. But I mean, DC has got a lot more history than Marvel. The only cool thing about Marvel is one guy created most of the characters, while DC was a bunch of people. I mean, it was a bunch of people created all these characters. Cool, they actually made a Shazam movie, since Shazam, comic-wise is about I can't remember, I know there's a big deal. Shazam's initial name was Captain Marvel, and actually, I believe he is older than Superman. I believe. Can't remember. They're like 2 years apart, I think. Like, Captain Marvel came out 2 years before Superman, or Superman came out 2 years before Captain Marvel. But I know when they started trying to reuse the name again, Marvel had picked up the name Captain Marvel, so they had to change his name to Shazam. But like with Shazam and Aquaman, they made it, they made those lighter. And it's crazy because the other DC movies are good, but I don't know if the critics just hate DC because they're not super funny. But you can look at like critic reviews, and all the critics and even users are always like, they always have high rankings on Marvel movies. I don't understand why. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I always feel like when you get a character from DC, they put a lot more into the character, I feel. Or there's a lot more history and backstory to them of why they are who they are. In DC, I think a lot of times tries to, explain those things. But I just personally feel like a lot of Marvel characters, they just kind of throw them in there like, hey, here's this person. Cool. You know, and we just take it as is. You don't really learn about the character. While DC, I feel like, tries to really, they dig a little more into the character. You know, you kind of find more about why they are the way they are, or, you know, why they became who they are, and things like that. I said, I feel like there's more, well, there definitely is more history on DC than there is Marvel, that's for sure. And it's funny when you compare a lot of the characters. It's like, a lot of the famous characters out of Marvel, DC had the same character and was first. A lot of the ones that you can legit compare, like Green Arrow and Hawkeye. It's like, that's one thing. Hawkeye's in a bunch of movies, and we never ever learn anything about Hawkeye. You're just like, oh cool, here's this, you know, expert marksman. Cool. And then that's it. We've done nothing else about him. And they don't. Now DC kind of did that with the Justice League movie. They just kind of dropped all the characters on us. With, you know, but in a way they kind of described them. They kind of, when, you know, like when Batman had to go get he was trying to put together the Justice League, they kind of told you a little bit about him. How, you know, how Barry Allen, it was showing you, it talked about his dad. You know, he was visiting his dad, talked about his mom, how she was murdered, and things like it. And how he was jumping house to house. He never stays in one spot. So they kind of, you know, gave you a little bit of his backstory. They gave you a little bit about Cyborg's backstory. Wonder Woman, that was already a movie. Batman, everybody knows Batman. And then there was Aquaman, which Aquaman, they gave you, you know, a little bit of his. I just feel like a lot of times in Marvel movies, they don't really talk about the past that much. They usually focus on the now and the future. DC focuses more on the past and the present. But I like, it's like, because I'm, you know, it's interesting to know, like, oh, why this character is like this, or why this character is like that. It's nice to know, because a lot of times, if you know why this character is like this, it helps tell the story about them. It's not just oh, this person's here, cool.